Thank you for joining. And today we are going to discuss about methods classification and one of the small concept that is garbage collection. Okay, so this is not like oops related concept, but it is required to understand in high level. Okay, so when I say methods as actual implementation is there, as you know already. Now we have three types of methods will be there. One is instance method. We can call it as self method. Okay, and we have another method which is class method. So we use rarely this class method, okay, in Python. And we have static method. Okay, so there are nobody will ask what are the method classification and all. For your understanding purpose in high level programming, because you are going to write in a development pattern, you are writing like high level. So for that purpose only you understand this. So only for understanding purpose. Okay, this class is only for understanding purpose. So now we'll discuss like what is instance method. Let's say instance method, as you know, we can declare using self keyword. Self keyword, or we can call it as self method also. Okay, and that is inside the method implementation. Inside the method implementation. Okay, with instance or self variables. So wherever, simple you can say, wherever self variables will be there, that is called instance method or self method. So if you want to directly understand, self variables equal to self method. Okay, that is the first one. So how we can define? We already know function, that is keyword, that is def, then method name, then self keyword. This is mandatory. So this is how we can understand. Okay, so by using we can access. Okay, by using inside the method declaration we can access the instance variable. So we can access all the instance variables using self keyword. So that is what we need to understand. Within the class, guys, this is okay. Within the class, if it is within the class, we can use self keyword. We can access all the instance variables using object reference or instance. Okay, object reference from outside of the class. If it is outside, we can use instance already. Okay, so blindly you understand, only self is very important. That is, so we'll go we'll write one example, then that example will get to know. Let's say class OTT. Okay, define main method, that is init method, with self variable and again name and the price. I have two variables here. So representing class variable and self variable, that is self name equal to name and self and self dot price equal to price. Sorry, not required this colon. So there are two defined variables here, and I have def method that is movies. Anything you can take it. In this method, we need to use self, because to use this self variable, and we are going to use self keyword in a method. Without this, you can't. So print off, you can see subscription plan, your subscription plan, which is self dot name. So we are using here self variable because here self method. That's why self method is also called as instance method. This, if you want to access this self variables, we will be using self method, that is instance method. Self method is like instance method only. Okay. Then price, then subscription plan price. Okay. So this is not for interview, guys, just for your understanding, to learn more programming and conceptual oriented. Okay. Price. And we have another method that is subscription. Okay, that is subscription, that is a self variable. Then if self, where see we are accessing everywhere self only, that's why. Okay, self price equal to 1999. Then if self price equal to, if self dot price equal to, that is not equal to, that is assignment, right? Equal to means this one you need to give. Okay, so now print of, then you can say basic plan, basic plan subscription, whatever you can, basic plan. Now what is next one? Elif statement, you know, right? Still, if you are not aware of this if elif and all, you are not prepared very well. Okay, self price equal to 4999 or 99, that is print of, it's a standard plan, standard plan. Again elif self dot price equal to 649, print of, then it's a premium plan. Okay, now finally else part, print of no other plans, default statement. Okay, so this is the another method, which is subscription method. Now what I am doing here, I am taking an integer of, okay, input of, understand the program. Okay, enter the number of plans, enter the number of plans, enter the number of plans, and also you can double. Okay, for one by one, for I in range of n, so how many plans you are passing, it will enter one by one. Okay, so first one, plan equal to variable name input of, so here name you can take it, not a problem. If you want name equal to, because first one is name equal to input of, because it is a string, we don't require integer here. Enter the plan name, if you can give. Second one is price equal to, because it is integer, so integer of input of you need to give. By default it is a string, that's why we are not using integer there. Okay, by default it is a string. String is also not required, but price is number or integer, so we should give integer int. It's a data type name. By dynamical it is taking the value. Okay, enter the price, subscription price, whatever you can see. So what happened here now? Like you can give object reference now. Okay, let's say object equal to whatever the object or whatever class name, that is OTT. Now first one is name and second one is price. So you can call that method object dot. So if it is outside of the class, we are going to use that variable using what? Here we are using outside of the class means object reference instance creation, and we are accessing within the variable means inside the class means you can use self method. That is, so this is this class OTT entire the class we are accessing self variable using self methods. If you are accessing outside of the class, this is outside of the class means you can create object reference, that is instance. So what is that here? Subscription. Now you can see, and also you can take one more method, that is object also, object dot movies. So I have created, but whenever we are using this null statement you can give, because this is where you can write to understand. Okay, not like, 1 second. Okay, so in the for loop we are existing and we are closing that loop after that. So where is this here? Okay, here equal to this error, you can read it, cannot assign attribute value, maybe meant double equal to instead of it. So clearly it is defining, that's why we will use here. Python is dynamically typed language. So enter the number of plants, total 3 plants I am taking. Plan name I am just typing here monthly, monthly plan. Price 199. So whenever we are taking integer, so somewhere your subscription plan, somewhere you can see int object is not callable. Price, right? So where is this error here? Print self dot name. Sorry, this is print, right guys? Here see. Okay, right. So here print I am taking. This is a print statement. Why we can use price here? Okay, small error. You are not identified, huh? So 3 plans, basic plan 1,999. So now let's see your subscription plan basic. Your subscription plan price is 1,999. That is basic plan. Total number of plans is 3, right? Now let's see plan again monthly only. Price will be 4,999. Now you can see your subscription plan is monthly and price is 4,999. That's a standard plan. Now you have plan monthly only. Now price is 649. That's all. Your subscription plan monthly and plan price is 649. That's a premium plan. Because enter the number of plans 3. After 3 for loop 1, 2, 3. That for loop will be disconnected. That is stop. If you enter 4, it will continue like that. Got my point? So only one thing is, if you want to access this variable self variables, and that you define self method, that is instance method. That is only purpose this example. So what we cover here, we cover class, we cover method, variables, if conditions, and input statement, for loop, okay, and instance. So total many concepts in one single program. So how many people understand this concept? Type in the chat box. Me. Type in the chat box, sir, I understood. Only this concept. Come on. How many people understand this? Everybody. Type I understand, sir, or not understand. Because what are the concept I am telling once again? Class is there, method is there, and if condition is there, input statement is there, for loop is there. That's all. Only four concept is there. Combinedly one program. Got the object. Object is nothing but it's a instance creation. Okay, you can give any name also, not a problem. Your name also, that is object creation. Object reference also, you can call it as this is object reference. Okay, obj means object. Okay, object or instance method, instance of the class, other name. Okay, then what about all people? So I have received only few. What about all people? Because what I have done here, I have not changed, like I just added some concept, loops, methods, class, and one input and for loop. That's all. So when you go in like programming, like when you development, you have to go like this. It's not like separate concept. You have to use everything in one single program. Got my point? All of you is clear? Good. So that is the just for understanding of instance class, not for interview. I'm telling you, this today's class is not for interview. If you want to become a successful programmer, now see here how many lines you have. Maybe it's like 20-25 lines. You are able to write the program very well. So like that you need to write 2000 lines also. Okay, for that purpose only we are using here. Now we have class method is there. If you don't understand this class today also, it's not a problem. How you are integrating all the concept in one concept, that is the for understanding purpose only I'm using today. Okay, so this is okay, this is used for only class variables. Okay, so we use class method decorator. Okay, so I will talk about decorator in upcoming class. Just decorator means, so we can represent at the rate for decorator in Python. Okay, so and this is we can call class method using class name. So just for understanding, and this is also not regularly used this in Python. Okay, for understanding purpose, I will explain the decorator class later. Don't worry about it. Okay, that is important. But here decorator, wherever you find at the rate symbol, some name before prefix as a at the rate, that is considered as a decorator. So here now let's see. Now class vehicle I'm taking. You can take whatever. Okay, tires assigning, that is 4, because this is a class variable. Okay, class variable that we can call it as class method accessing. So after that you can declare at the rate class method, define the way like method, that is travel, any method you take. So you can as a parameter name. One is tire, second one is name. Now print off. So how you are, I am writing Python program, just understand it. That's all. Moves. with another placeholder. I will talk about format of the what you can say print statement in upcoming class. Don't worry. Just for how I'm writing, you just understand. Dot format. This is one way of string defining. That's all. Don't think too much about format of the class. This is how you can define the parameters using placeholder. This what you can say flower brackets we can call it as placeholder. Okay. So now let's see name comma parameter name and accessing that variable ties. Okay, so you can call that class method as from the class name, that is a class name vehicle dot method is travel. So already one method, already we are accessing this name, sorry tire, that is 4 tires, that is already accessing here. So we don't require another method, only we require name, that's all. Car. So when I execute now, car moves with 4 tires. But here, now let's see, same vehicle here. Okay, Jeep. So what happened here? We are accessing only one variable. Another variable already is accessed here. That class variable is already accessed here. Got my point? Using class method at the rate decorator. The ties we are not defining here. We are just accessing in this. Whenever we are executing, automatically 4 is also displaying in the placeholder by using class method. So you can represent later, I will explain also. This is called placeholder. Okay, that's all. Later I will explain. So one parameter, second, because we have two parameters here, two placeholders. For example, if you are taking, let's say, salary, execute. What happened here? Name salary is not defined. That placeholder only 1, 2. That's all. Or else you can remove name. You can remove name. Execute. What is the error? Sorry, where is remove salary? And name is also you remove. So what happened? So let's see. Replacement of index 1 out of range for the position argument tuple. Means you have given two placeholders, but you have only one parameter. So I will talk about the formatting of the string. Don't worry. Just for new way of writing program, I'm just explaining. So this is class method. Okay. So which is used for class variable. Where is class variable? This is the class variable. We are accessing in the method using class method decorator. So you can write it also this decorator. Okay, that's all. So not for it. Rarely we can use somewhere. Okay, don't think too much about it. So we have third one, static method is there. Okay, static method. What do you mean by static method here? So this is one of the utility method, regularly used method. Okay, utility method, regularly used method. Okay, and here this is also we can represent using at the rate static method decorator name decorator. Okay, got my point? And when we use static method, we don't need to define instance method, that is self method, or you can say and class method. Whenever we are accessing the static method, so we don't define any class method and any self methods. That's all. So how we will do? One more example for this. Now, sorry. class operations. Now here static method and using def, that is addition. Method is addition a comma b. So I'm not defining here, guys. I'm not defining self. You understand that, okay? So print of addition of a comma b is okay. So what you can see, a plus b. That's all. Now again, what you will do? Again static method. So static method and def multiplication, that is a comma b, print of the multiplication of a comma b is a into b. So there is no class variable, there is no self variable or instance variable. Now one more you can take it if you want. Static method def, you can say division of a comma b. So what do you understand now? Print of division of a comma b is, let's say a by b, whatever you can see. So now you can take we can represent with the class name only, static variable operations dot, then you can say addition. So addition 10 comma 20, that is first one. Now operations dot static method multiplication, that you can say 10 comma 20. Again operations. Always we use class name to call the static method. Division, that is 10 comma 20. Okay, so when I execute, what will happen here? The addition of a comma b is 30, the multiplication of a comma b is 200, the division of a comma b is 0.5. So here in anywhere we are not defining any self variables, class variables, nothing. We are using only static methods. Okay, so we will use class methods rarely in Python, but static methods and instance methods, self methods, regularly used concepts. Clear everybody about the static method? We can use static method at the decorator, static method decorator. You identify at the rate symbol wherever you can say. This is called decorator concept. Okay, so that is where you can understand static method. So now what do you understand now? Let's see. Now we have garbage collector. Garbage collection. So some people will understand, like they will think like Java related concepts. So all Java concept will not work in Python. If all Java concepts are working in Python, if you want to use Python, then why Python is required? The advanced level of Java is a Python now. That's why all concepts in Java will not work in Python. First of all, you mind it, that one, okay? And second thing is, which are able to dynamically, Python will take care of something, okay? Only few concepts which are not able to work out for high level, that is Java concepts are used in Python. So that's why Python oops will be there. Java oops will be there. Python oops will be there. Whenever it is advanced level of programming, then Python, again, they don't want to depend on Java. That's why Python has OOPS concept to build it. Okay. So garbage collection is one of the concept. But when we go for Java, we need to create some memory space, or we need to find out the object, unnecessary variables, unnecessary methods, whatever. We need to find it, we need to delete, or we need to remove in Java. But here, most of the developers or programmers, while writing the program, they will take care of memory utilization. When they don't think about memory utilization, then definitely it will throw error somewhere. So sir, how we will get issues means, if we have more garbage, then you will get memory issues. Then automatically application will be collapsed. Application will be down. So which means you need to remove garbage from the programming. So when you say garbage removing means what? In Java, okay. But in Python, what we'll have? We have a garbage collector is there. What it will do? It will take automatically, it will remove unnecessary and useless objects dynamically. Okay. So here you can say in Python, garbage collector. Okay. Garbage collector can remove unnecessary objects. Garbage collector can remove unnecessary object dynamically in Python. So we don't need to work on it. Okay. And by default, garbage collector is enabled. Got my point? It is enabled by default. Got my point? It will use to remove unnecessary object to avoid the memory issues. So let's see. Now we have gc dot is enabled function. By default, it is true. Okay. And gc enable or disable. So when you use disable function to disable the garbage collector. If we want to enable gc enable, what is easier to enable the garbage collector. So let's see how we can do. Very simple. We need to import module gc for garbage collector. So that is important for garbage collection. I already told you, right? Everything in Python, it is defined as a module or library. So we need to pick particular module or particular library as per the usage. So this is not, when you install Python, automatically it is enabled. If you want to disable, you can disable it. But by default, it is enable. So garbage collector is only for to remove unnecessary objects, useless object also you can say, to avoid the memory issues. When you get memory issues, what is the main problem when you have more garbage collection? Application performance gets down. You can write it here. What is the major issues when we have garbage when you have, or you can say when we have more garbage in Python. So you can write it here. So we can get memory issues when we have more unused objects or unnecessary. Okay, unnecessary objects or components. And again, if we have memory issues, then the performance of the application gets down. Got my point? So that's why we will use garbage collector. So how we will do now? Let's see. Import GC, that is, I already told you, right? Every module name will be having a small letter. That is, if you are accessing without import, it won't work out. Now, so print off. Now we are just checking GC is enabled, yes or no, it will define. So GC is enabled function is there, enabled. So when I execute, GC is enabled, true or false? Yes, it is true, means it is working fine. Now to disable the GC, so what you will do here to disable it, you can GC dot, okay, GC dot, you can verify enable function or disable, GC disable. Now again verify this function with this function. So when I execute now, GC is disabled. After I am checking using is enabled function, GC is enabled means false. It's not enabled now. It won't collect any garbage collector now. Now again, to enable the GC garbage collector, GC dot enable. Now again same function you can use it. First, now it is disable stage. Now we are using GC is enabled true. So can you able to do enable and disable garbage collector in Python? Everybody in the chat box, can you please type whether you can able to do it or not? All of you. Simple. It's matter of, see, Python I already told you in the starting of the class. It is easy when you understand. It is most difficult when you don't understand. That's all. So mostly we can work with the libraries only in Python almost. So you don't worry about the instance method, class method, static method and all. Instant method you can worry because you can write it, because this we will use more self variables only 90% of the programs. So you can work out on static, or sorry, like self method or instance method. Remote remaining to just understand it and understand the decorator, because decorator also we can use rarely. That is also we'll explain. So main focus today is like more concepts in one programming that you can learn habit of it. How we can define objects, methods, variables, loops, if conditions, everything in the program. Clear? So with this, OOPS concepts are completed. Tomorrow onwards, we can start with the working with the files actually. Okay. So I will introduce like working with the files like text files, CSV files, okay, pandas, numpy, matplotlib. There are so many programs will be there. Clear, all of you? So if you are clear, just type clear in the chat box. So today's class is only for under to become a best programmer. That is only today's class discussion, not for interview purpose. Maybe interview make question, you will get it. How you can define with the decorator, that is at the rate symbol, what is garbage collector in Python, and how you can resolve the memory issues. You can use garbage collector. So these are the questions if may they ask. Okay, guys. So that's all. So tomorrow we will start with the file handling in Python. So please take care. We are jumping into elite concept now. So we have completed core Python, advanced level Python. Elite concept is also advanced Python, but most important, I just classified as a elite Python. Most advanced, you can say. Most advanced Python or elite Python will start from tomorrow. Okay, clear all of you? So that's all, guys.